What's going on, my peoples? Hope everybody doing good out there, man. Long day today. Long day at work. Right now I'm on my way home. Riding this express lane, but got some people driving slow. But it's all good. Today we're gonna talk about hours of service. What the hell they doing? We're gonna talk about hours of service in local food service. That's what we're going to talk about today. And one thing I can tell you is that in local food service, we follow the same rules that over-the-road truckers do. We can only drive up to 11 hours a day. We can only work up to 14 hours within a day. And we got reset for 10 hours, stuff like that. And we got to take our half-hour break before our 8-hour mark. Usually they want us to take a half an hour break before 7.5 hours, right? But let me tell you guys this, right? Let me tell you guys what's different about local trucking and over-the-road trucking. All local truckers, why people slow down when they see the trooper, yo? I don't get it. But anyways, all local truckers can work up to 16 hours. That's called a 16-hour exemption. And they can do this once a week. Alright? But you got to be very careful. If you're a driver that you lay over every now and then, you got to be very careful how you use your 16-hour. Because you can get in violation easy. Because whenever you lay over, you have to, and anybody that know, correct me if I'm wrong, whenever you lay over, you have to work 5 full days before you're able to use your 16-hour exemption again. And one thing I can tell you guys about the 16-hour exemption, right? The 11-hour driving rule still applies, right? It's just like the 14-hour window, but it's just 16-hour. You can use this one time out the week. Now, this was, to me, this is designed for drivers that's run out of hours, run out of your 14 hours, is to have enough hours to drive back. So my advice to any drivers out there is that if you're making a delivery, and you know that you're going to be wrapping up your delivery within your 14 hours, don't use your 16 to go try to make another delivery. Once your 14 hours is up, you need to be trying to drive back. Don't try to play hero and use your 16. Don't let no supervisor push you, because at the end of the day, you're going to get the violation, not them. You understand? Now, one thing I can tell all truck drivers, man, it is your responsibility not to get a violation. Don't be pushed. If you can't do it, you just can't do it. If you gotta bring a stop back, you just gotta bring a stop back. Let me tell you something. 9 out of 10 times when you're not gonna get the work done, they can see on the computer that you're not gonna get it done. So, you know what I mean? And one advice I can give you guys. If you go out on a long journey, right? Let's just say you're making a delivery let's just say you're making a delivery in Macon, Georgia, right? And your DC is in Suwanee, Georgia, right? And you got like 13.5 hours, and you got one delivery to make, 30 cases, and you know you can make that 30 case delivery, right? What would you do? Would you use your 16-hour rule exemption? or would you lay over? Now, in this case, I would lay over. I'm going to tell you why. Because let's just say it's 4 p.m., right? Or let's just say at 3 p.m. I made that final delivery. And now I got to drive back to the DC. I have like, however long it takes to get back to the DC, right? So the reason I think you gotta lay over, because number one, from Macon to Swanee, that's too far for you to make it back in time, and number two, it's too much traffic, right? So it's critical, man, for a food service driver to be able to plan out their route and plan out their day whenever you work far away. You know what I'm saying? You can't depend on an office clerk or supervisor or nobody that works in the office, a salesman or somebody that works in the stores. You can't depend on nobody to plan out your day for you. You gotta know where all the hotels at that you can lay over at. You gotta know if you can use your 16, if you're gonna make it back in time. Because one thing I can tell you about using that 16, people, if you declare on the computer that you're gonna use your 16-hour rule exemption, you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot lay over. You have to make it back to the DC. If you don't, you're gonna be in violation. You know what I'm saying? Unless somebody come and rescue you. Now that's a whole different story I'm not even gonna get into, because I don't even want nobody to have that in their mind to get rescued. Because I don't like rescuing no drivers. I'm pretty sure no drivers out there don't like rescuing no drivers unless it's an emergency, like something just happened to the truck and they cannot make it back. You know what I'm saying? When we go out there, when we're done working, we just want to go home, man. We don't want to have to go pick up a driver that ran out of hours. Come on, bro. You know what I mean? So it's very critical, man, when you come to local trucking, you find out and you study about the 16-hour rule. You know what I'm saying? You can use it to your advantage, but do not use it to make no deliveries. Use it to drive back only. And one day you guys are gonna thank me. One day you guys are gonna see somebody that try to do this, and then they're gonna try to drive back. They're gonna run out of hours because of traffic, and then they're gonna be calling the office looking for somebody to rescue. You know what I mean? But I just thought I'd share the 16-hour rule exemption with you guys today. The good thing about me, I don't really use the 16-hour rule. I don't have to use it because I'm able to get my work done within the 14 hours. You know what I'm saying? Another tip I can give you guys, man. One more tip I can give you guys, right? If you think you're going to have a big day where you're going to have to use your 16-hour, right? And you typically take your break before 6 hours, don't take your break until after the 7.5-hour mark. And the reason why is because, let's just say you took your break after 5 hours of working, right? Now, you're going to use your 16 hours. Guess what? within another 8 hours, you're gonna have to take another break. And the only way to avoid that is to run 8 hours on the clock. So 7.5 hours, take your break. Guess what? That's 8 hours. You don't have to worry about taking a break within the 16 hours, because by the time you punch back in from lunch or break, you know that you'll be over that 8 hour mark. Now, if this confuses you, all you gotta do is rewind the video and just listen to it, slow it down, and try to understand what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Content is easy to me because this is everyday stuff that we go through. So this is nothing that's made up. This is nothing that's scripted. This is just stuff that's gonna help you when you get out here in the industry. I'm just making videos to help you guys. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no scripted or nothing like that, man. I appreciate y'all for watching. I'm out of here.